huaso comes from the Quechua and it would mean loin or legs of the beasts. It's said that the native people of Chile called huaso to the men who were on horseback, and that later this word had passed to call those who carried out agricultural tasks of horse. They are described as field people, excellent riders, and lacidors who wore poncho. But it was not until the beginning of the 20th century that the Huasos occupied a place of the privilege in the Chilean society. It's near the celebration of centenary of independence when it appears in the anthem, although not even in the celebrations. In those years, the first caricatures of Huasos were born in newspapers and magazines. From that time onward has been recurring Lent. Its traditional celebrations, such as rodeo and religious festivities, are the subject of reports in journalistic media. In 1918, the Huaso was defined as poorly dressed peasant, cumulated to speak but cheerful and picturesque. From 1920 onwards are organized rodeo competitions in Santiago and other cities. At the same time, the clothing that the Huaso used on these occasions is being profiled. From this time there are the first caricatures in which Chile is represented as Huaso of Manta and Europe. Over time, the image of the Huaso was idealized. More than a naive or innocent figure, he identified himself with the assembled peasant and therefore powerful. It was thus attributed the gallantry representative of the national exaltation. He became a virile character was placed strong and richly dressed, with Spanish body, delicate and pure boots, careful spurs and fine saddle. The Huaso, which is a benchmark of the Central Valley of Chile, was transformed into the symbol of the value of the international territory, of the gratefulness and the tradition of those lands. In the year 1961, the rodeo is declared our national sport. In the last decades, the Huaso dressed in the beast paint has been consolidated as a symbol of our country. Nowadays, we see in the groups of folklore in traditional celebrations, the military troop, celebrations to the Virgin, the Piazmolo, and especially in Fiestas Patrias. One of the entertainments more known as the Sport Review, which was the national sport since January 1962, as a sport discipline in the strict sense, that is, with juries, prizes, a special venue for its development, and its own rules. Now, we will talk about the activity itself. It consists of a pair of riders called cholera, mounted on horse of Chilean race, must hear and tackle and steer in 3 consecutive opportunities on through cattle codes around the crescent, taking turns the cats and the arriera. In a word, not only did the previous ones matter, but also the posture of the rider on the horse, running with grace and naturalness. The points of the sun in which it's come to tackle the steer. 4 good points, free ride. 3 good points, free pallet. 2 good points, free colt. 1 good point, wrap. 1 bad point, abandonment on the reception or poor delivery. Other important people in this activity are the foreman, who maintains order within the enclosure, the delegate, the highest authority in the competition, and the jury, that awards the points and ensures compliance with the regulations. This activity has been defined as the sport huaso, on the part of the sport representation of their livestock and to embody a character of the Chilean social society.
Wasta clothing is functional to agricultural and livestock work. The elegant huaso wears a cloth hat string wound round and crossed, capped in the summer months they wear the chupalla which is a hat of the same form but made out of straw. Its function is to protect him from the sun. A short-fitted jacket with narrow, flat doesn't allow you to see the shirt and is always open. The wing belts made of wool and are usually red with fringe stripes. Spur slide does not touch the floor when walking. And finally a chaman or blanket, the most beautiful garment in the suite, a rectangular wool fabric, is worn at parties, such as rodeos or wild dancing or sea-chic. Present vases were only a chair, trussed and comfortable chairs for working. The tools are accessories designed to facilitate the saw and encourage the control of the oars. The saddle is a chair that is installed on the oar where the rider is mounted. The cabezada is a set of straps that wear around the oar's head. The loop is a long rod of twisted or braided leather of different length of thickness. The typical Chilean huaso depicts an achieving countryman is known to be riding in the horse saddle. The huaso and the horse are inseparable in the competition, the conquest, and advancement of transport. The huaso riding his horse is a popular scene of the national culture. Huasos are characterized by their clothing and implements. These reflect their deeds to the land, the mastery of the horse, and the social position. The elegant huaso look complete and well armed while being prepared to work.